Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and intuitive reader with a guided and channeled message for Libra today. This is a message from the other side, from my guides from Spirit, to help you and to benefit you on your journey this week. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'd like to ask you to consider subscribing to this channel so that you can stay connected with this information every week. And let's go ahead and get started with your reading. Libra, I'm doing things a little differently than normal. We're drawing the cards spontaneously rather than me presetting it. So we have the King of Pentacles energy for the energy for you this week. This is the energy sent by the universe, and this is really lovely. I love this card. Lovely, lovely energy. This is the energy of liaisons, of partnerships and relationships that are very tangibly beneficial. So this is really a week to focus on either building them or strengthening them. Really looking at the positive aspects of all these relationships. This is not a fault-finding week. This is not we've got to fix this and improve this now. This is really about listening to the other side and really hearing what they're saying, really hearing what they want, really deeply listening to yourself and connecting to other people from that place of deep listening. This King of Pentacles card is asking for more depth and more truth in your interactions with others, less telling them what they want to hear and really listening to what they're saying and really listening to yourself. And as you listen to them, you're also going to be listening to yourself because you're going to be thinking about what they're saying. So there's a lot of knowledge for you this week just from that simple act of listening. So let's see your next card. We have the Star. And the reason for this deep listening is that you're being asked to come back into yourself, back into the value of what you bring, the value of who you are, and the value of what you offer. So perhaps in the energy of this week, I know it's been really like high energy kind of adrenaline shakiness this week. Maybe you feel you've gotten a little bit off course or you've a little bit lost your way and you just need a moment of reflection to get you back. So this energy here of the Star is also about honesty. It's also about openness and vulnerability. And understanding that the openness and vulnerability is the life force of your soul. And that is the life force of the reason why you're here. And he's kind of looking her direction. So when we blend these two cards together, we're looking at really listening to that voice. And it's funny because even in listening to someone else, you're actually listening deeper to your voice. Because you'll hear, am I agreeing with this? How does this feel to me? Or, if I kind of try out this thought, how does this feel? You're learning so much more about yourself by listening this week. And both of these cards are so quiet. And I know I myself have this problem of doing that. This is just a very strong message that listening and going inside and sitting in that truth, that vulnerable truth, is so much more valuable to you this week. Let's keep going with these cards because I'm interested to see what they're saying. Okay. So we've got the Two of Cups. So remember we were talking about before, we're liaisons this week. Alliances, partnerships coming together. Here we are. Six of Wands and Ace of Cups. So the reason for this self-reflection is that you are leading this particular relationship here to a new place. You're giving it a new sense of purpose, a new life, a new spark, a new sense of direction. There's something about the connection between the two of you, although it is a mutual connection. And this is when I'm doing a reading like this, I feel as though I'm talking about different types of relationships but I'll tell you the quality that I'm feeling. So let's just go with that. The quality of this relationship is it's mutually agreeable. There is a sense of, there's a spark. There's a definite spark between the two. And there's a definite sense of connection. There's a sense that this is there's something comfortable about this partnership, about this coming together. It's familiar, but not in the way of being like familiarity breeds contempt, not in that way. It's just that it's comfortable to be in. You may feel at times that the other person is a bit challenging, or that they challenge you to grow and be in different ways. There's just an element of tension there. It's not big, it's a little bit. So even though that's the case, you come across as the kind of the inspiration for the new direction, or for the direction of the relationship. We have the Six of Wands riding into the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is a higher calling, a higher purpose. And the Six of Wands, it's like it's seeing this higher calling or higher purpose. And it's wanting to kind of bring everyone along, kind of bring the other person along for the ride. But the information for this, do you notice how he's coming out of the water? And do you notice how this figure, which I feel represents the soul, is pouring the water both on the water and on the land? So this is soul talking to you. You see, the soul comes down, and then the inspiration comes up from the water. It comes up from the subconscious. So, and then you know what's funny here? In this card, there's a tiny reflection down here. So we're talking a lot about the reflective water element happening. So as, oops, I just lost the King of Pentacles. Oops, I don't want to lose him. So as you're navigating this, as you're understanding what this means, it's so important that you're being honest and truthful with yourself, because that's where your soul is trying to talk to you. In the honest, this feels right to me, or I know this is me, that's what you're being asked to bring to this partnership and to help it move forward into a more elevated place. So, but I want to say that this doesn't come from you forcing or pushing the direction. This isn't you saying, well, I think this partnership needs to go this way, therefore I'm going to make this step happen. That's not what this is about at all. This is taking the cue from listening. This is taking the cue from listening to yourself, listening to the other, listening to what really speaks to you, and then putting that into action, taking up that call and saying, okay, well, this is what's true for me right now. This is what I'm going to do. And the other person will follow. You don't have to force them or pull them along or strap them into the car and make them drive with you. You just have to go there yourself, and then they follow you. The part that we talked about before, that little bit of challenge, that's not something you need to be thinking about fighting this week. You just have to find that direction that you know you need to go because you've listened to yourself. That's where you need to go, and just let the other person come with you. Let the other person follow. So Libra, lovely, lovely cards for you this week. Questions about that, please let me know. And I'd also love to ask you to share this channel with other people. I do readings for all 12 signs every week. If you don't see a specific sign up yet, the video is going to come out in the next couple hours. So just, be patient, check back. And I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Have an awesome one.